Hi there, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are doing good. So today we are going to start with another series that will be solid principles. So today I'll give you an overview of solid principles. So let's get on. So let's quickly get started with it. So first we'll understand what are solid principles. So these are basically 5 object-oriented design principles that make your code look clean, maintainable, testable, and scalable. So combining these all 5 major principle is called solid principle. So every letter stands for something. So first let's see S. So S means single responsibility principle. So simple means that one class should have only one reason to change or only one responsibility it should have. Then O means open and closed principle. So let's say software should be open for extension but closed for modification. That whichever is currently working fine, that should not be changed. Now third is Liskov substitution principle. So this means that any child class, it should be reusable in place of their parent class. So that is means substitution, that any child class can take up their parent place. So next is I, that is interface segregation principle. So it simply means do not force a class to implement method it doesn't use. So next is D, dependency inversion principle. So it depends on abstractions, not on concrete classes. So if you are a beginner, I know it can be a little bit tough to understand. So I'll give you a simple real world example that you can relate to. So let's take a restaurant example. Let's say for SRP, single responsibility. So chef responsible will be only for cooking, waiter responsible for only serving, cashier will handle payment. So these are individual person will handle individual responsibilities. So single responsibility they will be handling. Open close principle. So adding a new dish without changing kitchen setup. So it's open for extension but closed for modification. So now next LSP. So let's say if your main cook is not there, so there should be another substitute chef that can cook the same type of cuisine. So that is the substitution principle. Then ISP, that waiter is not forced to do chef's task. Now last is DIP. So that restaurant doesn't depends on a specific chef or a specific waiter. They depends on a role, not the person. So anyone who can fulfill the chef role can work there. So that is dependency inversion, depending on roles, not individual person. So let's go more deep into individual principle. So first let's see S, that is single responsibility principle, and one class should have only one reason to change. So now good example and bad example we will see. So let's say user class that handles user detail also, validation also, sending mails, saving to DB. So if email logic changes, class change, validation change, class change, DB structure change, class change. So this is not a good example of single responsibility. It's handling three responsibility. So better example will be when user details is having a different class, user validation is having a different class, sending email is a different class, and saving to DB is having a different class. So each class will have only one responsibility to do. That way your code is cleaner also. So now let's say second one, open and close principle, that software should be open for extension, closed for modification. You should not edit all tested code, you should extend it. So what should be the bad example for this? Let's say in single class and in a single function, let's say pay, you are defining all types of payment. That card also will be handled by one function, UPI also, net banking also. So that is not a good example. So now here let's say if we want to add a new Google Pay, then we need to again add one elif condition. So that will be violating this principle. So good example will be create a class payment method that will define this pay function. Then you create a separate class, card payment, UPI payment, net banking, or then if you want to add any new class, that is Google Pay, let's say, so then you can define a separate new class, so that will be open for modification but closed for any old code change. So next is Liskov substitution principle. So the child class must be usable in place of their parent class. So here bad example you can take, let's say square inherits from rectangle, but square breaks logic, right? Length equals to width always, but rectangle it's not the same case. So here LSP will not be applicable. This will be voided. So here good example will be you create a separate class shape in that defined area that will be taking care of your area calculation. Then you create a class separate rectangle, separate class circle, square. In that you define again this area with particular shape or area calculation. So another example you can see payment. So here payment method class defines a pay method, and then class credit card payment define also pay, that is for credit card. Then again class UPI payment pay define function is for UPI related. So both credit card payment and UPI payment can replace the parent type without breaking anything, as there is no dependency in between. So now next is I, that is interface segregation principle. So this simply means that you do not force a class to implement method that it doesn't use. So let's say you create an interface worker. So that is having work also, eat also. And then class robot implement worker. But robot is forced to implement eat. But robot don't eat, right? So that is not a good example. Good example will be you split into smaller interfaces. Let's say create individual interface workable that will implement only work, interface eatable that will implement eat only. So with robot we will only implement workable because eatable is not allowed. So now we will see last one, that is dependency inversion principle. So that means depends on abstraction, not on concrete classes. So bad example you can see that class notification, let's say that is having email service. So here if you change email to let's say SMS, WhatsApp, so this needs to be modified class. So good example will be when we use abstraction here. So here first you define an interface message service that will be having send function. Then you implement class that will be implementing your interface. So here send function will be defined according to email. Class SMS services that will be also implemented. That will be implementing message service. Send will be according to SMS. So now when class notification will be defined. So here message service, here notification you are calling that message services is taken as a parameter. So depending on your notification, either it's an email or a SMS, according to that, that will be provided as a dependency. And then you will be using this service in that variable. So that's how all five solid principle works. So I have given you an overview regarding that. I hope you like this video. If you have any doubt, you can comment down in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. So in next video, I'll be explaining S in detail. So stay tuned and thank you so much for watching. Please like, share and subscribe.